Well, I think there is full-scale warfare going on all over Syria. Am I right or am I wrong?
Yeah, yeah, you can definitely say so. I mean, it's like now the amount of weapons and the quality of weapons that are being smuggled inside Syria is just, is just scary. If I might say. I mean, we've been seeing ammunition and the effect of ammunition that is called thermobaric. That is heat. I mean, it's like it burns people down, and it burns buildings. It burns even armors, and then armored vehicles, tanks even, and then it's just scary to see such weapons with. I mean,
And these
people.
th-
Or,
this is this is happening all over Syria or just in one part?
basically on the northern border, on the Turkish border, and all the area surrounding that area. There have been attacks on several police stations, and they've been attacked with thermobaric ammunition, and we have seen um, um, uh, roasted, if I may say, bodies of soldiers, of policemen, regular cops that have been uh, burned down alive
Right.
because of such ammunition. Not to mention all the escalation on the political level, and the more and more, and like, if I can say, it's becoming, the disgusting talk of sectarian war and of a civil war. So far, there's nothing like civil war. It's a regular army defending the country from international terrorists. There are reports of Spanish extremist Muslim fighters coming to Syria, or are already in Syria, and I've read it from a Spanish magazine, from a Spanish site, not from an Arab or Syrian site. I mean, that's scary. This is World War III, but only on Syria.
So there's this other town, Deir ez-Zor. You know where I'm near the Iraq border. There's also a lot of fighting there. I read that.
No, I can't say so. The state, the police in Iraq is more cooperative than all the other neighbors. But yeah, there are still some sort of fighting, but still a lot less than the Lebanese and more importantly the Turkish borders.
Well, I read some of the Russian press. I don't know how accurate it is, but it said a lot of tanks and military have been lost on the road to the Iraq border, in fact.
Lost?
So,
I don't know about lost. I mean, I really don't know. I haven't read anything about that yet.
okay,
Sorry.
well, it might not be an accurate report. And I did read about Portuguese paratroopers, which is similar to what you're talking about. Um, so this isn't going to go away. This situation. What is going to happen? It's just getting worse and worse.
What is happening that is in the past few days, I mean 3 or 4 days, the army, the security have been very effective in blowing and delivering blow after blow to the terrorist headquarters, to their essential main forces and the strongholds, and this obviously upsets the United States and upsets all of its allies, and they have been pushing them through. And only when this army mobilization started, they have started talking about a civil war. And I repeat, it's not a civil war. We don't have civilians who are carrying weapons and killing other civilians. It's terrorists who are fighting a country, a state, a government.
Right, right. That's pretty clear. But the situation just continues to deteriorate. On a
Um,
political level, Press TV yesterday, it made a report saying that William Hague, the foreign secretary in Britain, who's
yeah,
like Hillary Clinton, the equivalent, he
yeah,
asked,
I know.
he suggested Iran should play a role in Syria. I was actually very shocked that he was, saying that. I
I
wonder,
want
I wonder what that was all about.
I really wonder. I mean, maybe perhaps all the pressure from Russia. Russia is obviously seeking a political solution for the problem in Syria, and it's been calling for that, major meeting, compromising all, not compromising, comprising of all the major key roles in Syria, and it's going to be perhaps in Russia, and it must involve Iran, and Iran is becoming more and more of a superpower, if we might say. So I don't know what's Haig's idea of pushing Iran through, perhaps just blaming Iran for whatever results. I
Well,
really have no idea.
I mean, as far as I understand, Haig is just the spokesman for Israel. I just thought suddenly Israel
Oh,
maybe is panicking.
yeah,
Maybe Israel's panicking that the situation's getting out of control. It's not working in its favor. That was just my own guess at why Haig would say something like that. But Russia's being very outspoken in supporting Syria, with talk of
yeah,
sending
yeah.
more, combat ships and equipment.
They have denied that, and I can't remember his name, but one of Putin's deputies for military for military contracts and said that, and stuff, said that no, we are not shipping any combat gunships to Syria right now. But yeah, I mean, politically there have been leaks and so-called talks between the U.S. and Russia for discussing the post-Assad era. And Lavrov just yesterday in his talk, the Russian foreign minister with his with an sorry, with a press press interview with the his Iraqi counterpart. He rejected all that talk. He said we are not discussing any type of post-Assad era with the United States.
That's right. No, Russia's really being very strong in supporting Syria, as far as I can read. Um,
Yeah,
you're in Aleppo. I mean, what's it
yeah,
like every day? Are you actually hearing bombings and fighting, or is it just newspaper?
definitely not. Definitely not. Definitely not. Perhaps in the night, late at night, after 2 or 3 a.m., we can hear a few gunshots, and perhaps a single bombing, and we later on find out that it's usually either a sound bomb or just another IED targeting a state building, a governmental building, any building. Nothing is spared anymore. Not even services, not even telephone, telephone stations, not even nothing is spared. And the assassinations, and they are increasing, targeting, not only officers or generals. It's also targeting doctors, professors, and their families and their cars. There had just been an official in the Syrian Football Association. He has been assassinated just on the borders with Jordan, and his family members have been injured. I mean, this is going so stupid.
I read that a senior Palestinian military man was assassinated. Did you see that in Damascus?
There have been quite a few actually, but I can't remember anyone. But yeah, there have been a general, as far as I know, and he has been assassinated in Palestine, in Damascus. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, look, the last final question for you, please, is what would you do if you were in charge? If you were Bashar Assad, what would you do?
It's too complicated for simple person, for someone who hasn't, such a view, a total view of of the issue. After all, I mean, we keep guessing and saying they should do so. They should, for example, start, executing all the traitors, all the murderers, any murderers who have been proven to kill people innocently, whether from the government side or whether from the armed rebels. There should be, I mean, they should be trialed. They should trial, the public trial or whatever. This is, just something that could maybe make people feel a little bit, easier. Or, I don't know.
Deterrent. Um, and Turkey continues to support the so-called rebels. Is that correct?
Yeah, yeah. They're not stopping. They're not stopping. They're pushing it. I mean, I think Erdogan realizes that this is, a game of his life. I mean, he's either gonna break Syria, break the Assad government, or the Syrian regime, as he calls it, or he's gonna break everybody in the region that have been sponsoring and supporting this so-called revolution in the area, are pushing it to the maximum, to the extreme, because they know this will only this will save them. Because if it finally fails in Syria, it will backfire right in their homelands, and there have been many fires all over Qatar and Kuwait and Saudi Arabia, and they have been major, and a total blackout from the government, from the state. No press releases about them, no explanation. Always a fire in a big building, and no explanation of that.
So you're suggesting that they're actually explosives, or
I doubt that they are explosive. They are just fires, but I don't know why. I mean, they could provide an explanation, but they can't.
right? Well, that's interesting. Well, look, I'll leave it there. We've gone 12 minutes, and look forward to getting more and more from you as frequently as
Yeah,
possible.
uh, I wish I could. I wish it was, I wish I could be more available.
No, you've been tremendous. Thanks so much. Thank you.
Thank you
Oh,
very much.
all right, okay. All right.
Bye. Bye.
Bye. Bye.